awesome gents. Welcome back to Talk to the Hand Reviews. My name is Bo and I'm the reviews lady here on this channel, and I talk about perfume and stuff. And today I'm going to talk about a super classic. Well, I think it's a super classic really. And I used to sell it behind the counter in the late 80s, and it is iconic Paloma Picasso. I mean, it's so special, so special. I remember wearing it when I was younger, when I wanted to feel really sexy. And I never owned it since, in all these years. And that was in the late 80s, or the early 90s too. Probably the late 80s and early 90s. Something like that. Anyways. So I recently got this one. I did save a mini from way back then. And I don't remember if this mini still smells good or not. Let's find out, shall we? I don't remember. Ow. Oh no. I got butt on the coddle. I got cut on the bottle. Oh. Anyways, let's check it out. No, it has not. Let's close that up, shall we? But it's such a cute bottle, eh? I'm really, really glad. Now, you know, if I take some out with a Q-tip and put it on me, it's probably still there. But I did not take the plastic off or anything to prove to you. So we are going to do it right now, and I'm going to see is this as good as my beloved Paloma used to be. Supposedly, they never have changed their formula. So, you know, I guess we'll find out. I like to save the plastic if I can, and I always save the boxes. Like I save every box. There it is. All right, I'm gonna tease you a little bit. I'm gonna make you wait a second. I'm just gonna tell you a few things about it. Okay, this fragrance is considered a chypre floral. The nose was Francis Bacchus, and he only has 2 fragrances at Fragrantica to his name. It was this one and Share Uninhibited, which I also sold back in the day. It was only around for 2 years. That was the original Share fragrance. Paloma Picasso's maternal grandfather was a perfumer, so she was familiar with combining scents, and she's famous for her jewelry design. She's famous for her jewelry designs for YSL and Tiffany, and her favorite perfume is Chanel No. 5. Really, that's one of my top favorites too. So she wanted to create a perfume with an aldehydic accord, and that's something I like too. Her favorite color is red, and black is a symbol of power, so hence her bottle colors. But check this out. Look at my Paloma scarf. I don't know if you're familiar at all with Paloma's, I forget what they call this, crisscross or whatever style. Isn't this cool? I have a lot of great stuff that I got that I saved from when I worked behind the counter in the 80s and 90s. And however, this is not one of them. Do you know where I got this? I found it at a thrift store in a bin for $1. By Paloma Picasso. Is that too much information? I really did want to share that with you though, because it's the truth, and like you never know what you're going to find at those places. So I knew that scarf didn't match my outfit though. And I tried to wear something black and red, you know, that was sort of Paloma Picasso-ish. Okay, so all of Paloma Picasso came out with a number of fragrances. Paloma was the first one. And that's an eau de toilette. And then Paloma Mon Parfum, I've never tried that. Paloma Minotaure for men. I sold that one in men's fragrances also back in the day, because I worked in cosmetics and men's fragrances and women's fragrances, and then I was a rotator for Guerlain, and I was a rotator for Oscar de la Renta, and then I worked behind the counter for Christian Dior in the department store. So I had a lot of varied experience off and on over a 10-year period in my 20s, in my teens and 20s. And so I remember Minotaure. That was a nice men's fragrance. And also Paloma Picasso Tentations and Paloma Picasso Constellation. I've never heard of that. If you've heard of any of those, please let me know down below. Go, go, go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I've got a lot more to tell you about it, but I think it's the moment of truth. I've waited a long time for this. I've waited a really long time. And I hope it still smells good. Don't you? Don't you hope for me? Well, I know the bottle is gonna be cool. It's different. Look at that. It's not surrounded in black. It's not surrounded in black. Wow, well that's okay, you know? Something different. It was always the way they did it before was it was completely surrounded in black and then just the little, you could just see the fragrance in the middle. You know, like how this guy is. They were like that. But that's okay. I'm not mad at you, Paloma. I'm just so happy to see you, girl. Okay, here we go, folks. I think if I can get the top off. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. I don't have a problem with that. That's very pretty. All right, here we go. I'm going to spray it on myself. And spray it in the air. Thinking music. Some thinking music. I'm going to give it a minute and then I'm going to tell you what I think. Meanwhile, what do people think it smells like? Well, according to Fragrantica, 417 Fragrantica readers felt it was like Estee Lauder Knowing. I don't think it smells like Knowing, but it's been a while. I have an ancient spray of Knowing, but I don't think it still smells right. So, 208 people felt it smelled like Animale by Animale. 240 people felt it smelled like Diva from Emmanuel Ungaro. I think I used to sell that, but I don't really remember what it smells like. 204 people thought it was like La Perla by La Perla. 186 people felt it was like Eau de Soir from Sisley. And 106 people felt it was like Magie Noire by Lancome. Yes, I do think it's very Magie Noire-esque. And I love Magie Noire too. Okay. And I don't normally do this, but I really wanted to expand a little bit on this fragrance because I love it and it's so special to me that I wanted to tell you what some other people at Fragrantica in the Fragrantica reviews said about it. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm really thrilled. It smells wonderful. I love it. I look forward to wearing it. I don't quite recognize it. I don't recognize this as that fragrance I wore way back then, that I wore and sold and I knew very intimately. I mean, it's kind of there, but I don't think if I smelled someone wearing this, I don't think I'd say, hey, are you wearing Paloma Picasso? I don't think I'd know it, but that said, I sure do love it. I mean, I can tell. Oh yeah, right, this is Paloma, okay. Yes, then I get it. But at the first spray, I don't recognize her. Paloma. You do, you look younger and slimmer, but I don't recognize you, you know? Oh, but it's gorgeous. I think if you get it, I mean, I don't know your tastes, but it's sexy. It's somehow, something is different. But I love it. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly tell you what other people said. I love it, but I can't. Yes, it still smells like Paloma, but no, it doesn't. It's like so weird. I don't think I've ever had that happen with a fragrance where it's like, Paloma, is that you? I thought that was you from across the room, but Now that I'm closer, I'm not quite so sure. Wow, that's weird. Okay. I mean, the fragrance isn't weird. The fragrance is wonderful, but this is a strange experience. Okay. Someone that calls themselves Rebel Mario said, gives confidence, is sophisticated but demanding, like a well-dressed CEO or partner of a firm who likes to get kinky behind the scenes. If created today, it would be niche, very offbeat, even cerebral. Yeah, I think it would be niche if it came out today. It's one of those kind of complex fragrances that it doesn't smell easy to create. It's really nice. Okay, someone called Royal Family SS said, it's a marvelous masterpiece, truly gives me lovely emotions with its erotic scent. It is sexy. Breathe in, breathe out, repeat said, I fell in love with this perfume as a high school senior in the late 80s. Paloma is still a badass. Paloma is still a badass. Oh, it is. It's fantastic. I just don't recognize it. Someone called Crazy Crab. Let's listen to what Crazy Crab has to say. They said it's a woody, musky, oily patchouli. Woody, musky, oily patchouli. Woody, musky, oily patchouli. A feisty little black cat, maybe. A wild little thing with twigs and brambles in its fur, but so snuggly and cute when it settles down on your lap and starts purring. Yeah, this is, yeah. Okay, and someone called Lady Gourmand says, it's dark and soapy, like an 80s boardroom bitch, like Joan Collins in Dynasty. And someone called Sarah Sever said, it's what the most beautiful woman at the jazz club would smell like. Yeah, that's this. Like, if you want something unique that no one will know what it is, but it smells intoxicating and sexy and exciting and feminine, this is, she's reborn. And I love her with her new whatever. I love it. I'm really excited about it. I'm just surprised that I don't recognize it, but man, it's fantastic. And you know what's funny? A lot of people, when I read what people thought about this fragrance, they described what a person would wear. And the Lady Alchemy, who's another YouTuber who I follow here, she's got a lot of really great stuff. If you've ever, she used to work, I think she might still work in the industry. I think she worked for Dior. And I'm sorry, Lady Alchemy, if I forget who else. I think you've worked for a few different people, but especially Dior, which is impressive to me. And I used to work behind the counter for Dior, but she worked directly for Dior. So she said, I asked her, do you like Paloma? She said, yes. I wore it usually over a tight pencil skirt, a white shirt, and a black waist belt, and red stilettos in the 90s. And that is what this fragrance is. It's feminine, yet it's sexy, it's commanding. If it came out today, it could be a shared fragrance, but I don't think it leans masculine. It leans feminine, warm, and sensuous. So what else do I have to say about it? Have I said everything there is to say? I don't think anyone ever could, but it's a great fragrance. It's considered a chypre floral. I told you about the nose. I told you about Paloma's history. Okay, my feeling about it is it smells a little lighter than it used to, but it was always too much before, but now I think it's a little bit more subdued. I think it's an excellent blind buy if you like stuff like Magie Noire, you know, if you like, probably, it's not like this fragrance, but if you like the kinds of things like Obsession or Baccarat Rouge 540, I think you'll probably like this too. It's nice. I'm thrilled. So anyways, that's what I have today. My little walk down memory lane with my friend Paloma Picasso, and oh, how I adore it. I'm thrilled about the new, whatever it is. They said they have never changed the formulation, but you know how it is, like in the world of fragrances, a lot of stuff has, they've had to change because some ingredients have been banned, especially a lot of animal ingredients. Hey, I'm cool with that. I don't really need to have real animal essences in my fragrances. In fact, I'm kind of like, no, it's okay. So whatever they did, to make Paloma smell like this. I loved it then and I love it now, even though it's slightly different. So anyways, thanks for coming to see me and I'll see you next time. Bye.